Yo, what's up? It's your boy Six and welcome back to another tutorial. Today we're talking about false cuts again, but this time it's false cuts that take place in your hands. In the previous video, you had to cut the cards either into the spectator's hands or onto a table. In this case, the cards never leave your hands as you do the false cuts. So you're learning 3 false cuts that you can do all in the hands with no setup whatsoever. And one of them that I'm teaching you is the one that I really legitimately did every day basically when I was starting off in Magic. It was the go-to false cut that I almost always used, and I'm going to share that with you as well. So let's get right into it. Today's cards are brought to you by the Joker and Thief playing cards. They're really nice. I think they did a great job with the tuck case. As you can see, it's printed on the inside. It's like a metallic printing, which is really nice. Custom deck seal, stamp style, which I really enjoy. The cards themselves are absolutely gorgeous. They feel really nice, and I think they're something you really like. So if you want to pick them up in the link in the description below. So this first false cut that I'm teaching you is called the Griffin Blind Swivel Cut by John Rockenbaumer, and it's probably the false cut that I performed the most coming up in Magic. I literally performed it all the time. I learned it from some guys at a magic shop, but I never knew where it came from until today. It was published in Magic Magazine in 1995 by Rockenbaumer. I'm going to show you a couple variations for the false cut. So a couple ways to make it look like this, maybe add a kick like this, or maybe just the classic just like that. So you get a couple variations on the false cut. I think it's great, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, so I'm going to start by showing you the simplest version of this cut. It's going to be based off the swing cut. If you do not know how to do a swing cut, click the link right here. Go watch that video in which I teach it in detail. Those cuts are a little simpler, so you should learn those first before you learn these. They're slightly more advanced. They're not difficult, but they're a little bit more advanced, and it's all based around the swing cut, so I'm assuming you know how to do that. What I'm going to start with is the packets just like this. Again, darkest to lightest, so purple on top, red in the middle, yellow at the bottom. This is the order I need to end in to keep my cards in exactly the same order. So I'm going to begin by grabbing the packet above with my thumb at the back and my second finger at the front. Positioned, not centered, kind of off center, closer to my right side, just like this. I'm going to use my index finger to pick up the top packet and swing it over into my left hand, just like a swing cut. As you can see, my thumb is acting as the fulcrum at the back. So now I'm going to clip it with my thumb and index finger, the pad of my index finger I should say, and pull it over into my left hand just like this. Now my right hand again is going to cut off another packet. It's going to lift the top packet just like this. So now I have essentially 3 packets, all based off the thumb. This left hand packet, the purple packet, is going to go underneath, and then I'm going to grab it with my third finger and my thumb at the back. So I'm going to place it against the thumb. I'm going to ride it underneath, place it against the thumb, and then I'm going to pinch it with the third finger. So this is essentially where I'm ending up. So I have 1, 2, 3 packets, and the index finger is holding the red one, my second finger is holding the yellow one, and my purple packet is being held by my third finger, just like this, all based off the thumb and the back. Now I'm going to reach in with my left hand, clip it with my thumb and index finger, the pad of my index finger, as we did earlier, just like you were doing a swing cut. Pull that into the left hand. Now you can swing over the red packet as you pull that on top of the yellow packet, and then the last packet you can slap right on top. So in full speed, it should look something like this. So again, I lift with the index finger, swing cut it into the left hand. I break the right hand packet into 2. I bring the purple packet underneath, and now I have 3 packets. I reach in, grab the middlemost packet, take the next packet on top, and then finally slap the purple packet right on top. And that is the simplest version of the false cut. This is the Griffin Blend Swivel Cut. So to make it a little fancier, at least the way I used to perform it when I first learned it, is you take the index finger, you swing it over into the left hand. Same idea in this position. Now I'm going to grab the middle packet, but now I'm going to turn my right hand all the way forward. I'm going to turn my left hand all the way towards me. So I'm rotating in opposite directions. My index finger is going to hit the back of the top packet, and it's going to rotate between both my index fingers, as you can see here. Rotate all the way around and back onto the top of the packet, and the last packet gets dropped on top. So in full speed, it should look something like this. So once again, index finger lifts it up, kicks it over into this hand, break these 2 packets, place this at the bottom, holding it between all 3 fingers, grab the middle packet. Now you rotate the hand opposite directions. Right hand goes forward, left hand goes backward, index finger touches, and you're going to rotate it all the way around until it lands on top of the pack, and then finish by dropping the purple packet right on top. What you can do is kick it off with your thumb. So what that looks like is I swing cut into this hand, cut the packet, place it at the bottom, reach inside, grab the middlemost packet. Now as opposed to doing this, you don't want to do that. You just bring your right hand forward, left hand back a little bit, and now your thumb is going to grab it and touch the back. Now you want to clear it, and so it's bouncing off this finger and the thumb, but what you're going to do is literally just spin the packet. And the way you do that is you just move your hands forward. So I'm just going to spin the packet. It takes a little bit of practice, but all I'm doing is I'm taking the left thumb, going forward just about this much, about halfway until it's horizontal. So I go into it's about horizontal, off the index finger, and then with just enough speed, it's going to give it a momentum and land on the pack. So it should look something like this, and that's just a little tweak that you can add instead of doing it with the index finger. So this is version number 3, which is slightly different in the sense that I'm not going to be just doing a regular swing cut. What's going to happen is that when I break off the first packet, I'm going to use my index finger to spin it into my opposite hand. So I lift up with the first packet just like I was doing a normal swing cut. It's the same idea, except now I'm going to turn my right hand forward. So this way I'm basically looking straight at the back of the deck. My index finger is going to grab this packet, but I turn my left hand towards myself, right? Touch the top packet, and I'm going to rotate it between my 2 fingers into the left hand. So simply just cut, and it goes into the other hand. So they cut, goes into the other hand. Now I do the split, load it to the bottom. I'm going to reach in with the middle packet, and now, just like we did before, rotate the 2 hands, rotate the middle packet, and drop this on top. So at full speed, it looks something like this. And I think it's nice because the 2 packets are cut in the same form with that rotation, so it looks a little bit more congruent. And that's it. That's the Griffin Blind Swivel Shuffle by John Rockenbaumer from Magic Magazine 1995. One of my favorite books in Magic is called Versatile Card Magic by Frank Simon. And in there, he published what's called the Pirandello False Cut by Jeff Semmel. And it's a really, really nice false cut, and it almost acts like an optical illusion, as you just saw in the performance of the cut itself. And I like it. It's really simple, but it's really fooling to the eyes, and it's a little knacky. It's gonna take a little bit of practice. It's also a 3 packet cut. Yes and no. I want to say you're not really actually cutting a 3rd packet. You're really just cutting 2 packets the whole time and making it look like you're cutting 3. So what it's supposed to look like is that I'm cutting the 1st packet, the 2nd packet, and the 3rd packet. That's really the illusion. 1, 2, 3 packets. And those are real cuts. In this case, I'm just rotating the packets, but those are authentic cuts. But that's what it's supposed to look like. And the way it's doing that is this. You begin by picking up the first packet using your index finger, kicking over and doing a swing cut, just like we've learned already. You're now going to pick up the 2nd packet by breaking it into 2, just like we already learned. Now here's where it gets different. As opposed to adding this to the bottom, doing any additional cuts, I want it to look like I'm just swing cutting into the left hand. So as this comes into the left hand, it looks like I'm going to be pulling that packet on top, but what's going to happen is I'm going to pinch the bottommost packet with my 3rd finger, but I'm going to let these 2 packets collapse under my thumb and be pinched off as one. And then I'm simply taking the purple packet and placing it back on top. So in full motion, it looks like this. I swing cut the left packet into this hand. I break this packet into 2, and as I come over, I'm going to grab the bottommost packet, the purple packet, with my thumb, the back, and my 3rd finger at the front, as it looks like I'm peeling this packet off. But I'm going to let both packets collapse into one as I squeeze that between my thumb and index finger, pulling it off to the side as I drop the purple packet right on top. And that's really the mechanics of the actual cut itself. You swing cut, break it into 2, swap the packets, and drop that on top. And the idea with this one is to get it into one fluid motion, because you don't want it to look like this. Right? Very choppy. You want it to be fluid and smooth, and what looks like the motion is that you're swing cutting the cards just like you normally would, one on top of the other. So I recommend you swing cut packets for real and get the motion and the timing down, right? And once you feel comfortable with that, then you can start doing the breaking into two and doing the swap. Do the swap. Practice the swap, right? Break into two, and swap. So ideally, you're gonna kick over, pause, kick over, pause, and add this on top. Time it in such a way that it becomes fluid for you and that your rhythm matches. The rhythm is so important here. Follow the rhythm. But timing and rhythm and magic are so important. If you haven't read anything by Juan Tamariz, you should, because he is a master of timing. And it's just so important in rhythm and being natural and just finding your pace. The same is true with a second deal, right? You don't want to deal, and then boom, second deal. You want the motion to stay the same throughout the entire time. And once you get the motion down, this is a very pretty false cut. You know, from this angle, it's virtually impossible to tell, right? From this angle, because they're seeing the top of the packets. In the front, it's not the best angle because they can see the cut packets, but really once you get it down at full speed, you really can tell that the packets are being swapped out. And that is the Pirandello false cut from Jeff Semmel, as published in Versatile Card Magic. Alright, so now we are talking about the pass false cut, and this is a 2-packet false cut. So what's important about this is that it's probably the more challenging of the false cuts because you do have to know how to do a pass. And even if you don't know how to do a pass, I'm going to show you a way in which you can cheat it a little bit in order to still be able to do it without such a great pass. The pass is a move that I personally love and use all the time, so it's really up to you whether you want to go through the detail of learning it. I'm not going to be teaching the pass in detail here. I'm going to be showing you the basic mechanics for you to start practicing the false cut. So in this case with 2 packets, it looks like this. I cut the deck. Same thing, cut the deck. And one more time, I cut the deck. But if you notice, the cards never actually get cut. That's part of the illusion. This is normally done to a table. That's the one that I see done the most, where you just take the packet, give it a cut to the table, but obviously it's not changing anything. Now, this is a version of the classic pass. And what's happening is this. You're holding the deck in mechanics grip, but you're getting your pinky inside the break between the 2 packets. So you're not doing a pinky break. You need to get your pinky really in there, and I usually try to get at least my whole nail underneath the top packet. Aside from that, one of the things that really helps me in doing this is when my nail is under it, my 3rd finger is squeezing the packet directly on top of it. So this is what you're looking at here, right? But I'm still in mechanics grip. Nothing has changed from this position. I just have my pinky there, but it's really, I'm pinching it between these 2 fingers, right? So this is the part that you need to practice because that's what's really controlling it in this case. Also, a little bit of gravity is going to take place with this, so as the packet's going to clear the top. Because what's going to happen is this right hand is going to come over the top and it's going to grab the corners of the deck, just like this. And I'm going to move my hand away so you can see this here. What's going to happen is the left hand is going to pull its packet out. Now on this side, what I want you to know what's taking place is that my thumb doesn't leave its position. So as this packet is clearing, my thumb is still staying there. So my hand is dipping a little bit, but I don't want to move my thumb away from that side. So it's not like this, I'm not doing this. I'm keeping my thumb aligned with the packet on this side, and it's just rolling, right? So the thumb is rolling. So this is the motion that's taking place here. It's kind of like a door hinge. It's just levering open and levering close. So when I have the packets here like this, my pinky's underneath, my right hand comes over, I'm holding the packet. I'm gonna grab the packet underneath the break with my thumb and 2nd finger, right? Usually you can feel this. And then from underneath, the 3rd finger is squeezing down with the pinky, and the packet is coming and clearing to the side. Now you notice this index finger tends to flare out. So there's a couple of ways you can do it. Either A, you can practice it where you keep the index finger there, or the best thing that I've learned is to just curl your index finger directly underneath, just like this. And this way it doesn't, see, notice how it doesn't flare out. Versus if I had it here, sometimes the index finger will straighten out as part of the motion. You want to practice to not do that motion. And if you're looking for a really good version of the pass, check out my boy Xavior Spade's tutorial on the pass, and also he has a video that he downloads and DVD that teaches you this pass, and it's absolutely fantastic. He is one of the people that taught me how to do the pass back in the days, and I've just added other tips from other people that I looked up to and other ideas from the pass that I've read in books. So there's a couple of ways in which you can do this, right? Index finger here, let's say your index finger's underneath, thumbs along the side, and your pinky's underneath and your finger on top is squeezing as this hand is pinching these two packets. And now you're gonna be pulling that packet out to the side. Now this has to be done quickly because you don't want it to flash on top. And this is where I said I'm gonna teach you how to cheat it a little bit. And the way in which you cheat this in order to prevent seeing a flash of the packet moving from the top is to simply turn the deck at its angle like this. Because you're doing a cut. You're not really doing the pass, you're not really hiding it, and this is done on a casual offbeat. You're not doing it directly like, hey, look at my hands as I cut the cards. That's not what you're trying to do. What you're trying to do is just simply cut the pack, all right? So it's completely fine for you to hold the deck in this way, all right? So you can have the deck, hold the break, finger underneath, and then in this case, you just bring that packet out, and in essence, you're really just lifting this bottom packet out. It's a double motion, right? Of this hand coming out and this hand coming up. Normally when you're doing the pass, it would be done this way, so I wouldn't recommend turning the deck. But for this reason, for this cut, it's okay to cut to do it, because when it's at this vertical angle, you're literally just lifting the bottom packet up essentially, right? So if you don't know how to do a pass, you literally pretty much could just lift up a bottom portion and put this on top. Lift up the bottom portion and clear it out and put it on top. But I think it helps when you actually learn the proper mechanics of the pass to add to the speed of it taking place, and I think it makes it look really, really good. So you got the index finger underneath. Again, you can cheat a little bit by making the packet vertical. You want to make sure you're covering any breaks that may be taking place with your fingers. Index finger and second finger and thumb are pinching the bottommost packet. Again, you're squeezing at this back end to cover any breaks that may be protruding there. Unless if you align the deck to the eye level, that'll help as well, because they won't see the break at the back, and your thumb acts as some cover there as well. And what's going to happen again is that you're lifting this bottommost packet upward, straight up, as the left hand is pinching that packet and sliding it out. Index finger should be underneath, sliding it out. And all you have to do is, once it's cleared, bring it underneath into the left hand, over, and then put it back on top. So all together, it looks like this, all right? I take the packet, give it a cut, just like that. And it really looks like you're cutting the cards. Even if you do it at this angle, I think it looks so good. And you can do it into the hands or onto the table. It's really up to you. You can just do it like this, or onto the table, and do the false cut. But really requires you learning the pass, or just learning the motions of cutting the cards from the bottom, essentially, and placing the packet on top. Check out my boy Xavier Spade's tutorial on it. It's really, really good. But this is a cool thing to learn. If you like the pass, you should absolutely be doing this false cut. I love it very much. And if you guys got questions on it, I mean, we could talk about the pass specifically, the mechanics all day, but that's not what this is about. This is about the false cut, and that's what I just showed you. But I highly recommend you learn that.